What's up, folks? This is GK. As you have been hearing some distressing news for the last few weeks about the tech layoffs or the layoffs in the tech industry, in this video, I'm going to explain you why this layoff is happening at big tech industries or big tech companies, and then what we can do or how you can prepare for the next layoff in your company, or what are the 4 things that you have to do to ensure that this doesn't impact you whenever these things happen. So let's look at some of the layoffs at the top companies. So Amazon preparing to lay off more than 10,000 or around 10,000 corporate workers. Meta is cutting 11,000 jobs. Netflix about 3%. Shopify 10%. Then Snap 20%. And there are a lot of other companies. I'm going to share the list in the description. And there is another famous company called Twitter. They are also laying off big time, but for other reasons. So how did it all started? So if you remember in 2020, when the pandemic has stuck, there was a lot of surge in internet traffic. Like, for example, viewership in the Netflix has increased. A lot of people were buying things from online, from Amazon. People were watching Instagram. So there was a huge spike, and then the revenue of these companies have increased during pandemic. As a lot of people were buying also things from Amazon. Amazon had to hire a lot of corporate workers. The revenue was growing like crazy. So the growth stayed till 2021. And a lot of CEOs and CFOs of big tech companies have anticipated that this growth is going to continue and it is going to last till 2022 or even further. So they invested a lot into the human resources. So they hired a lot of people and have put a lot of money into hiring niche technologies, data engineering, machine learning, and they had to shell a lot of money for the resources. And then Mark Zuckerberg has announced Meta. A lot of people have moved from Microsoft to Facebook or Meta, and then so Meta had to hire a lot of tech people, giving a lot of big bucks for these employees who have joined from Microsoft. So in 2022, people started hitting roads, and they were going outwards. So the service sector has picked up. So people are going into restaurants and they started watching movies outside. So that's when the viewership of Netflix has decreased. So to an extent of like pre-pandemic or closer to the pandemic situation. So that's why you must have seen that a lot of CEOs have apologized. Even Mark has apologized. CFOs also said sorry why they had to shrink the resources, because they have overestimated the revenue growth in 2022. So that's why they kept hiring people in 2021. So that is one of the main reason why they are now shrinking down to a level of pre-pandemic or to a pandemic extent. Whenever they are decreasing 10% or 14%, they are going to reach to the level of the number of employees they had during the pandemic or pre-pandemic. So that's one of the reason. The second reason is this was told by one of the CEO, is that they're considering this as a proactive measure whenever they are cutting down the resources, so that they don't have to do it whenever the other factors of economy will hit them and the recession will happen, and then they don't want to do any such massive layoffs during that time. Anyway, so these are some of the reasons that were told by the CEOs, and then the market is also not that great. There are not many investments into the market. And when big tech companies act this way, you will see a trickle-down effect on the service sector. They also will cut down the resources. You must have seen that is happening in Indian service sector also. So now, what are the key lessons for us to learn from this layoff, and how we should prepare in future whenever these things are going to happen? How we should be prepared for these kind of layoffs? So most importantly, these decisions are made way above our pay grade. So we do not have any control or foresight, or we cannot control these decisions that are made at the company's level, at the highest level of the company. But what we can do is, the first and the most important lesson is that to keep learning and keep upgrading, because even if the companies are trying to lay off, you'll always get good opportunity whenever you are having good skills. Like, for instance, companies will still go to the cloud to reduce their costs. Like cloud skills are very important, DevOps skills. So these skills still matter. So we all should continue to learn whenever you are in a company. It doesn't matter if you're in a FANG company or any company. You have to keep upskilling, do a reality check of yourself, go to the interviews and attend interviews. Even if you don't want to go to the company, just check what the market is demanding. So that's most important thing. The first thing is that you have to keep upskilling. And second thing, you must have seen this in a lot of YouTubers and a lot of other people who are doing this after the pandemic or during pandemic. This has happened, or this has picked up more, is that you have to create more income streams. Like, for example, if you're working in a full-time job, you cannot work in another full-time job, but at least you can do some teaching and make some money, or you can create your own YouTube channel and make some income there. So there are multiple streams that have opened up recently. So now if you're impacted because of your full-time job layoff, you are at least you can survive with the other income streams that you are making. The second important thing is that create more income streams. And third thing is that always have emergency fund for 6 months that you can use to cover while you are not working, because that way you'll have 6 months to learn new skill and get a new job, or you should not be under pressure, and your family should be covered for their health, education, and all those things. And finally, the most important thing is also never get attached to a company. I mean, they might sell you saying that you're all part of our family, and all that BS that is going to be sold by your top bosses or CEOs, but never get attached to a company. Always upskill yourself, and always get insights about what is happening in the company from the business side. Like, for instance, if your company's stock is not doing that great, or get insights from your peers or your boss, or understand how market is reacting or how market is seeing your company. That will give you a high level understanding of where your company is going and how secure your job is, or whether you should make a switch and prepare to go to the next company. And also make sure that you always are working in the big projects that are actually contributing to your company's revenue. Like, for example, AWS at Amazon, or Google Cloud at Google Alphabet. So these are very important functions, and a lot of layoffs usually doesn't happen there. I hope you understood now why the layoffs are happening and how you can prepare for the layoffs. And I'm going to share the link in the description about some of the job openings that you see, and thanks to all the contributions that are made worldwide these days about the job openings and the people who are impacted because of this. If you have any jobs for them, please do reach out to them over LinkedIn. I'm going to share all the employees list in the description. You can reach out to them or you can help them. And then if you are impacted because of this, you can go through the list in the description and find a suitable job, and you can apply online. There are a lot of jobs that are there for the remote work as well, or you can work from any other location. So that's all for this video. Thank you all for watching. See you all in the next one.